Hello everyone, I am Ahmed Jimshad. I work as Assistant Professor in Department of Business Administration of MES College Marampally, Aluva. I am here to present a topic on brand names and brand identity from the area brand management. Okay, as we all know that brand management, under brand management, the creation or fixing of a good brand name has its own importance. As we all know, a name is an identity for every living being. Likewise, a brand name is an identity for all the brands to be successful. So we all know it has to be, the brand name has to be chosen with due care, as it demonstrates the key theme of a product and organization in an efficient and economical manner. It should be carefully designed, and it should capture the attention of customers, and it should get itself a place in the minds of the customers. That's what we should go through. We should keep in mind while finding out a good brand name. Okay. So we all know the brand name. It's the primary element of branding. It requires a lot of research to find out. It requires a lot of market study. It requires a lot of psychological approach to the consumer behavior part for fixing a good brand name. Branding can be referred to the process of creating and disseminating the brand name. And a brand name is a special name. We can define a brand name as a special name that company gives to each of its products or services. It is one of the brand elements that helps the customers to identify and differentiate one product from the other. So we should keep in mind a few factors while we go for fixing or finding out a good brand name. It should be indicative. It should describe the quality, superiority and personality of the product. For example, we know American Tourister. The name itself shows the purpose of the product. It should be appropriate. The word should match with the product. We have good night mosquito repellents, which means you will be given a good night's sleep. Okay, then it should be easy to remember, as we all know. It should not be it should not be a combination of tough words. It should be easy to spell, easy to remember. It should be distinctive. There should be some distinction from other brand names, from other competitors, from other products. It should be suitable with the product. As I had mentioned good night before, it should suit the product. It should be legally protected. So how can we legally protect a brand name? It's by way of trademarking. We can register the brand name, and no others can use the registered brand names. That's trademarking. It should be extendable. This is something which every business organization or entrepreneur should keep in mind. If we are starting with a specific brand name, and when the business gets expanded into other domains, the brand name should be such one we can use it in the other domains as well. It should be convertible. It should be easily convertible in foreign languages. Actually, this point means that when we are fixing out a brand name, and we are planning to do business in multinationals, in different countries, we should be choosing it very carefully. It should not be having a bad meaning in some other languages or some other countries, some other areas. Okay. So we can list out a few step-by-step process or stages through which a branding or finding out a brand name can be done. But first of all, we should define the branding objectives. Why do we need a branding? What's the product we go for while doing a branding? So we should be having the branding objective in mind. We should develop the alternatives. We should find the different options, the different names we can find out. There are many possible chances of creating brand names. We can create it from the product. We can create it from the parent company. So by many means we can find out the brand names. Then screening. We can list out all the available alternatives, and we can give points to each and every one. Okay, we can give the highlight. We can list out the highlights of each selected alternative brand name, and we can check for the pros and cons of each name, and and we should go for an analysis. There should be an in-depth analysis about proposed names, like what is the meaning of this particular brand name we found out in other languages. Can it be used in other areas, if in different domains? If the business is getting expanded, can we use the same brand name in different domains? Can we use it for consumer research, etc.? Can be checked from this. Should be done at this analysis stage, and there should be a consumer research. We can do a pilot study, like pilot testing, like we can introduce the name to a group of consumers, maybe from different segments, and we can measure their reflections. We can measure their replies. Then at the last stage, after all these research stages, we can finalize the brand name for the company, for the product. So we can, out of all these brand names we have gone through in our daily life, we can list out the type of brand names as founder, descriptive, fabricated, metaphor, acronym, magic spell, or geographical. Okay, so leave the different categorization of brand names. We all know the first category may be the founder. It's named after the founder of the organization or the product or the particular patent he has received, whatever. And it should be, the other classification may be descriptive. It describes regarding the product, as I had mentioned, like American Tourister. What is the product is being reflected on the brand name. It may be a fabricated one. Maybe we can take the first two letters of the product, first two letters of the industry. Likewise, we can prepare first two letters of the parent organization. Likewise, we can fabricate another name, or it may be a metaphor. Some evocative names are used to allude the quality. Maybe like some metaphors of quality can be used. Some metaphors of speed can be used. Some metaphors can be used from the product. Some acronyms may be there, like we have the famous KFC or BBC. Acronyms can be branded with the same names, with the same acronyms. And there may be some magic spells, like we have there may be some changes in spellings of a word or a product name. We can use it as a brand name. Then there may be some geographical markings as well, like we can point out where it took birth from. We can name after the country of origin. That can also be done in the category of branding. So as I had mentioned earlier, we can do the brand name protection activity as well. So protection is done through trademarking, that is registering of the brand names. Copyright law provides various rules and regulations for the protection of brand names under Trademark Act 1999. And the best way, as I had mentioned, to legally secure is to get it registered through a trademark. And to define, a trademark is any unique word, symbol, name or device used to identify and distinguish the goods of one seller from the goods of the other. Okay, another important topic which come in line with brand name is brand identity. It's another important area which we always discuss, which always research under brand management as a stream of study. So brand identity is the image that an organization wants to project in customers' mind. So there may be brand image and brand identity. What is the intention of the organization is defined under brand identity. What the organization want to be there in the minds of the customers. Whereas a brand image is something what the customer perceives from what the organization communicates. So brand image is different, brand identity is different. So as I had mentioned, it is the brand identity is the image that the organization wants to project in customer's mind. It is designed and controlled by the organization. As I had mentioned, it's different from brand image. Brand image is the outcome of an intent designed in establishing the brand identity. Actually, what the company organization intends is brand identity, and what the consumer perceives is brand image. It's a noticeable element, generally in the form of a trademark, name, symbol, tagline, logo, whatever. all comes under brand identity. Brand image may be the same as brand identity or just the opposite. If the brand image is same as brand identity, then we should say the company's intention, the company's brand identity, the company's branding is successful. The ideal scenario is that the brand image should be positive and must reflect what the company or the manufacturer want it to be. If the brand image is different from a brand identity, we can say the branding done by the organization is a failure. So as I had mentioned, brand identity comes from the makers, and what brand image is what consumers perceive in their minds. So regarding the brand identity, while we talk on, we can list out a few features as well, like it's an organization's idea. As I had mentioned, brand identity is an organization's idea. It should be unique. It should be something innovative. It should be something different from other organizations. Then only we can make it successful. There may be visible elements or associations in connection with the brand identity as well. There should be a foundation. It is necessary to have a clear objective and self-image of the brand identity in order to influence the desired set of brand awareness, perceived value, and brand image. So there should be a basic ideology. Why, what purpose, or by what means, or by what way we are going to create the brand identity. Development of a brand identity includes some sort of research is involved. Then there may be expert advice or consultants may be engaged, or consultants may be met for creating a good brand identity. There should be aim for the organization, aim for the product. It should be sustainable. It should be futuristic. It should exist for a long time. So all these features comes under should be considered while preparing or while developing a good brand identity. And the steps or the different stages through which a brand identity development comes through is, first one is analysis of market and organization. We should know the market first. We should study the market first. We should determine the key goals of the organization. What's the organization's expectation after 5 years? What's the expectation in the coming months? Everything should be defined. It should identify key customers. Who is the segment to be concentrated on? It should be well defined. There should be determining of brand personality happening within as a part of brand identity itself. And finally, what should be communicated? Deciding the message to be communicated. All this comes under brand identity. And while we are going with a good brand identity, while we are moving on with a successful brand identity, there are n number of benefits for the organization. Like we will receive customer loyalty. We can charge good prices for our products. There will be high credibility for the product. There is a sense of pride happening in the minds of employees. Employees will get motivated. Their morale will be high. They will be loyal to the organization. There will be improved brand awareness. A motivated team will be there for us, for the organization, for the sale hikes all happening in the organizations. So as I had mentioned, it's a pictorial presentation of what I had explained. So that's all regarding brand identity. As I had mentioned, brand identity comes from the part of organization. Brand image is what consumer perceives. So that's all regarding brand names and brand identity. Thank you everyone.